It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A wonderful day in the neighborhood. Oh, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Please won't you be our neighbor?
Oh yes, the Bill and Frantz Show. Today we're going to talk about fire in the sky raining down upon us. Stay tuned.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Bill and Frantz Show. Bill,
Yes.
did you see that monster coming out the sky?
Oh my goodness, was it the end of the world?
I know they thought it was.
And especially in the Russian Ural Mountains, you probably have heard big news. The morning that everyone was going, oh my goodness, I hope that asteroid doesn't come and hit us. We were broadsided by a meteor that no one saw coming. And
And I don't know how they didn't see that coming because Stevie Wonder saw that bad boy coming. But go ahead, man.
we didn't see it coming before it came into the atmosphere. But yeah, so in the afternoon and evening, the whole world was prepared for the 2012 DA-14 asteroid to come really close to Earth, but luckily miss us. That has since missed us. But 12 or 15 hours before then, a big, somewhere between meteor and asteroid size rock came into the atmosphere and exploded over Russia, which no one even knew they didn't even see coming because it was just a little bit too small apparently. And bizarrely enough, all the astro people say, "Oh, it's unrelated," and everyone's like, "Really, unrelated?
Right,
That's a pretty
right.
big coincidence."
I mean, especially if it would have hit the ground. They said it would have had like a atomic bomb effect.
Oh yeah, it did in the air.
You know what I'm saying? It did in the air, but if it hit the ground, you know, it would have had an atomic bomb effect.
Yeah.
And so, what does that mean?
So the one that hit
That means
Russia,
they should have saw that coming.
the one that hit Russia was approximately 56 feet in diameter, which technically is an asteroid. So we actually got hit by another asteroid. I've been looking up how they define makes an asteroid big enough, and everyone says something different. But 56 feet counts. It exploded or landed actually, because pieces did land 950 miles east of Moscow in the Ural Mountains, and it was 10,000 tons.
10,000 tons. Okay, they didn't see this coming, y'all. Pay attention.
And it was like, it was going at 44 times the speed of sound, hence the very large sonic boom. And it did somewhere between.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry for the audience one more time.
It was going at 44 times the speed of sound when it hit the atmosphere. That's approximately somewhere at like around, I think they said 55,000 kilometers per hour. I'm not sure how that translates to miles, like 40,000 miles per hour, something like that. Something wicked fast because it was traveling through space and hit the Earth. And they say the explosion was 20 to 30 times the power of the Hiroshima bomb.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my. Hey.
And so what happened was it exploded. No one was hit by the meteor, but it created such a sonic boom, and the explosion was so great that it knocked out windows and buildings from the shockwave were so much that people were just covered in glass. So I think that's what most of the injuries around Russia were. People just smothered in glass. And
Oh man.
you should see the footage. My goodness, how very scary. It's the biggest meteorite to strike the Earth since 1908.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I know when they looked up in that sky and saw that meteor coming down, the Lord Jesus and Allah received a lot of prayers and text messages and emails. Woo! That was like doomsday for them, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's funny because some of the footage they're just like, wow, it's that. And other ones are like, holy crap.
I repent.
Depending how close you are, I guess.
Yeah,
But just so you know, the one that did hit us was 56 feet. The one that missed us the same day was 160 feet. which is, I guess, approximately 3 times bigger. And it was 190,000 metric tons as opposed to 10,000, so it was 20 times more massive.
Wow.
And the one that just missed us was closer to us than the moon,
Right.
and even closer to us than a geosynchronous orbit. Geosynchronous orbit is when they orbit around when it orbits around the Earth and it's got just the right speed so it stays at the same point. So they have certain satellites that are in geosynchronous orbit, and they always watch the same point because they're just to go on the right speed. Because if you're closer, you have to go fast and you spin around faster. And if you're further around, you go slower, so the Earth turns faster. So there's a point, geosynchronous, where you stay right on there. And this asteroid was closer than that.
I'll tell you this much. The church has a lot of converts now. Because when things like this happen, everybody finds the Lord somehow. They find the Lord.
There's no atheists in asteroid craters?
True believing. People come out believing at least for 5 years. Maybe a little less. Then it goes back to normal, but go ahead, man.
All right, so if we're exhausted with this particular terror from the sky, we've got some other more political terror in the sky. You want to bring us in for that one?
Drones in the sky. Drones in the U.S. sky. Well, what do you think about that, man?
You know, I don't know a heck of a lot about it, but I know that the Pakistanis sure don't like it very much.
Oh, they shouldn't. Yeah, they were tripping. They were tripping. Harvey and Fugitive, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they were tripping, but the U.S. population, we didn't trip. So, to have drones in our skies...
Oh, that's different!
You know, taking pictures and watching everything. Do you think that's a violation of your liberty, or your civil liberties?
Well, I don't know, because it's outdoors. I mean, it's a fine line. I certainly don't like it. It's definitely that much closer to some sort of Orwellian situation. You know, if they have if it gets really miniaturized and there's one orbiting every block, you can just imagine them they have little things on their lenses to be able to see in your windows. I might not like that too much.
A while ago, there was a teacher who was caught doing some things in her apartment on video. Oops. But it was in her apartment, and she got fired. Come on now, y'all. I don't know. U.S. drones in the skies. I mean...
I don't like it.
Yes. I don't like it either, because I might be doing something that's none of your business to be watching. It could be me and my wife doing something in my business.
Well, so that's one of the big things that President Obama is criticized for, is the drone program has gone up so much more. But the people that defend him say, well, he is doing that a lot more, but he has also assumed personal responsibility, and he's been very careful, and he's like, no, I'm responsible for all those, so he okays every drone mission ostensibly, and because he wants the president to be responsible. And so you're like, you know what? Maybe we do trust President Obama because he's a relatively decent guy, but he's setting a precedent for future presidents. And will the future presidents whom we have not elected yet have that same kind of
love for the people?
Restraint.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line, man. I mean, it's weird, man. We're living in some dangerous times, and I guess it's pretty hard to somehow not violate certain liberties, and at the same time, or at least that's what they're saying.
The old liberty versus security thing,
right? And so I guess it's a thin line, but I guess if you ask us on the Bill Frantz Show, I'm pretty sure we'll choose liberty over security, because we can secure ourselves. We do have the Second Amendment, although it needs some restructuring.
Where we may have some different views on that.
Right. Okay.
But all in the name of peace. All in the name of peace.
Right.
All right, so you want to take a break on that one?
You sure can.
We'll be right back.
In the name of peace.
All right, welcome back to the Bill and Frantz Show. No more of that real world death from the skies. Now we're going to talk about fictitious death from the skies.
Right.
Star Wars. As you know, and we have talked about in past, Star Wars is coming back, and Disney's going to be running it.
Right.
J.J. Abrams is going to be directing it. That's
Right.
all pretty darn good news.
But who knows yet? George Lucas did a great job, and now for the first time we have in certain views. I guess we disagree on certain things, but I'm so used to the way George Lucas did it that I'm kind of leery and cautious about this new Star Wars. But I'm open.
See, I'm quite the opposite. I'm glad that George Lucas is no longer doing it because he hasn't done a good job since 1980. And the only one he directed that was good was Star Wars, the original Episode 4, because he directed Episode 6, which was meh, and 1 through 3, as we know. So, that said, J.J. Abrams, who has brought Star Trek from square to cool, is now going to get his hands on Star Wars, which is, if you think how lucky he is, he gets to do both.
Yes.
Star Wars and Star Trek, and so far he's done a great job with Star Trek. So.
I definitely agree with that. on that one.
So,
but I will say this: the pressure is on him because he knows Star Wars has a hell of a following. You know what I'm saying? So people are looking; they're going to be watching because JJ, you have a lot of pressure on you, man. A lot of people like Star Wars, man. But hey. Like Bill said, you did a real good job with Star Trek, so we expect the same thing. Keep your game up.
Right on. So anyway, with the news this week, or rumor, is it real rumor or news? Harrison Ford's going to be in Episode 7?
Well, that's what they're saying. That's the rumor. Because with Hollywood, we don't know if it's rumor or fact until it becomes fact. But if he does come back, what do you think about that?
If he does come back, I'm going to assume that he's just going to be old Han Solo.
Old Han Solo. Yeah.
Because I assume that they're going to take off the next generation the same way that Episode 4 took off a generation after Episode 3, right? The son of the old hero. So there's going to be hopefully we won't have Luke, and we won't have Leia, because if you're getting the big three,
right.
Luke, Leia, and Han's the coolest, probably the most talented actor of the three.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's cool to have him, and Han Solo's the coolest guy. So, and he'll be like the kind of a Clint Eastwood type.
I guess it would depend on the storyline also. And Luke and Princess Leia. Hey, Princess Leia, I liked you, Carrie Fisher, right? So Bill, you like Han Solo, you like Han, you like Han, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But we like all of y'all on the Bill and Frantz Show.
Well, the thing is, if you know as a Star Wars fan, Luke stays a Jedi,
yes. But
Leia and Han get married. So if Han's going to be in it, it's likely that it seems logical that she would be too, but I don't know, because she's supposed to have the Force, so I don't know if she ever becomes a Jedi. I don't know that much information.
Right.
But back to the old dude. The one thing I did not like about the first Star Trek done by J.J. Abrams was bringing back Leonard Nimoy. The whole timeline, having young Scott meet old...
Young Spock meeting old Spock.
I did not like that. I thought that, and I think even Leonard Nimoy was like, you know what? I saw myself in that movie. I'm not doing this anymore, because it's just like it adds an air of fuddy-duddiness that I don't need.
I like both movies and both TV shows, even the old ones. I like them both. I guess it's because I always really liked sci-fis. But as far as Harrison Ford is concerned, I take bones a lot longer to heal when they're older than when they're younger. So if you're considering coming back, no stunts, man.
I don't think it'll work.
Get a stunt guy. Get a stunt guy, because we really want you to be looking out for your health now at this point. You know what I'm saying, man?
I think Harrison Ford would agree with you. He won't be doing any stunts.
Well, I'm just giving you some advice, Harrison. Just looking out for you, bruh.
What I would say is that the Harrison Ford as Han Solo as an old cat, which is still a theory. He could play somebody else. I don't think so, but
as an old cat,
as an old dude, I think I see him kind of being like Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven. That kind of like, I did that, lived that my whole life, and you know what? Maybe you shouldn't. That kind of just like the wisdom of age.
A Han. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll see. Hopefully that is.
All right. Is that it?
That's what's up on the Bill Frantz Show. That's how we talk. That's how we interact, and that's how we communicate. Communicate with us, baby. See you later.
May the force be with you.
Peace.